the former Tiger great. So a lot of good stuff to get to. But right now, I'm going to bring in Justin Vincent, who's joining us right now. Oh, by the way, you can check us out on YouTube. Go over to YouTube, the 104.5 ESPN YouTube page, and you can watch us here in Vegas. We're at the MGM Bet Sportsbook. It is starting to fill up. A lot of degenerate gamblers like myself and Casey McKenzie over here getting our bets in for the weekend. JV, man, when did you get to town?
I got to town about 1 o'clock yesterday.
1 o'clock yesterday? Alumni trip? All right. How many people did y'all bring over? The TAF and all that?
Well, they had 2 planes.
Okay.
So one at like 9, and then us at 10.
Okay.
So it was
300 plus fans.
Yeah, it was a little crazy. So I know one of the planes, not my plane, but one of the planes, it was a little heavy. People have brought, we were doing baggage checking.
Right.
So they're 50 plus over.
Yeah.
On the weight. So they had to figure it out, move some stuff around.
Wow.
Yeah.
So I'll get to that in a minute. So I flew with Mr. Fun Travel, Jason Ramazan, right? I flew with the 104.5 team, Moscona and T-Bob, Hester, everybody, Bo, everybody was on that flight. And had a great flight. And Jason's a good buddy, and he's former president of Louisiana LSU Alumni Association, now works over at Southern Regional Medical Center. And Jason hits me with this text the night before the flight. Hey, Ronnie, are you bringing golf clubs? I was like, well, yeah, I'm going to play Valley High, Monday morning, like 6:30. I was literally at 6:30 tee time, going to get it in before the noon flight. I go, yeah, I'm planning on playing Monday morning. What's up? He goes, ooh, the runway's short in Baton Rouge, and we might be a little too heavy. If we're too heavy, we may have to stop halfway and refuel and all that. And I'm like, he goes, man, I'm just trying to figure it out. He goes, don't tell anybody. So I immediately put him in a group text with Casey and said, can you believe McKenzie? Said, can you believe what Ramazan's doing? So I, being a team player that I am, didn't bring my golf clubs, canceled my round of golf. We show up at the airport, and we're solidly under. So I could have brought him. But yeah, so he panicked the number of people. I went with the small shampoo, the small, I went to Walmart, got the small toothpaste to try to do my part.
Because I'd have told Ramazan to kiss it. We'd have to figure that thing out. I'm not renting clubs. I'm renting my own deal.
Right.
Like, you could have told me that a long time ago.
Right.
Don't wait until
I could have done shipsticks, something like that.
I used them a lot.
Yeah.
So I'm like, don't do that. Like, you just kill the whole vibe for the weekend already.
Listen, I was in a panic mode. I'm like, I was thinking, we're gonna have to stop in El Paso and get some fuel. Thank God we did. And we had Argent Air. It was bad enough he went with Argent Airlines for the charter. No Wi-Fi, Coach. No Wi-Fi. 2024, we got a plane with no Wi-Fi.
Well, the things like what I always learned that games and situations and different events like this, you find out who people really are. So you let me know that I'm never flying with Ramazan already. So we're good.
We appreciate Jason, man, Mr. Fun Travel. We had a great time on the flight. We didn't need the Wi-Fi. We were telling stories. Brandon Holly on there and all kind of other people. It was a good time. But anyway, yeah, no golf, which is probably a good thing. I'll say, although Valley High is one of those courses you play. Everything funnels towards the fairway. Makes you feel good about your game. Speaking of your game, you've been playing a lot?
I played in 2 tournaments this past week. One, I played in the Louisiana Forestry Association tournament. Ricky Day is the president. Me and his son, Justin Day, and a couple other guys, we played, and I won $400.
Nice.
Yeah, won closest to the pin on a 205-yard par 3.
That's steep, yeah.
I don't know how I got there, but I got there. But I won it. But yeah, we never.
What's the GIN these days?
10.
10? That's right. That's good. That's good. You got it way down. Mine's still way high. We're talking with Justin Vincent. All right, let's talk a little ball here for a minute. Last week, I want to go back to last week. Your takeaway, Florida State, Georgia Tech in Ireland. 2 questions for you on that. One, Nick Saban proved that when you're an analyst, you don't know what you're talking about, because he goes, Florida State National Championship undefeated. 3 hours later, they got a loss. So Nick Saban was wrong.
But he backtracked. He said he picked Georgia Tech. No, seriously. Listen, I could be dead wrong. The cocktails could have got to me last night, but I do remember him saying, I will take Georgia Tech, because we had our former player practice on Saturday.
Right.
And I'm sitting there, Allie Broussard, me and Kevin Falk, a bunch of people sitting at the table, and the game's getting ready to come on. Marlon Favorite, everybody's there, and I go, They go, who you got? I go, I'm taking Georgia Tech.
Just because of the points?
Not even the point.
Oh, you liked them head up.
I liked them head up because the running game. I knew King, he's a good thrower. But if Georgia Tech got away from that veer and they started doing a lot of RPO stuff, I'm like, Florida State isn't Florida State last year. Verse ain't coming out the locker room. Like, it's different, right? So I go, I'm taking Georgia Tech. I said, if y'all betting, take them. I said, I can't bet. I work at LSU.
Right.
It's out of my category.
Tech plus 11.5, you had to like that. Yeah.
Dude.
If you thought they were going to win, wow.
About 5 people called me. I was at home finishing watching the game after practice. About 5 people called me and said, he told me to take him. I said, I told you. I don't know what it is in the air. In Vegas, it is the weirdest thing ever. Anytime they make a prediction, dude, they're always right. I don't know why and how, and they get close, and it's never going the opposite way. It's always in their favor, and I don't know what they know that I don't know or you don't know or whoever else don't know, but they're always close.
The one thing that I took away from that Georgia Tech-Florida State game, besides the fact that obviously Florida's a year different, Florida State's not who we thought they were, is the new rules with the running clock. There were fewer possessions. There were 14 total possessions in that game, which was the fewest in over 4 years, which is why I like the under tomorrow for the LSU game, because I don't think the bookies have factored that in yet.
Not yet.
You know, they will, but after they get this body of work week one, and if all of a sudden it's way down, I'm just going to go with, we know LSU likes to run the football. We know that the quarterback's going to check down more of the tight ends. Clock's going to run more. First game, a lot of times things aren't syncing perfectly in that first game. So I think the under is the play. But my question to you is, what is the rule? Did they go too far? Do you like the rule?
No, I like nothing they do. Just let's get that out the way.
Right,
There's always something. I mean, God forbid things are going well and you enjoy the game of ball, whether it's football, basketball, baseball, whatever. They always sticking their nose in something they have no business doing, and it upsets me. I have nobody to gripe to now. You know, Mark Emmert isn't there. I can't call him anymore or text him or say anything, and it's just the weirdest thing to me because the game of football is amazing, right? There's so many relationships that I've made over the years. There's so many games that I've played in, and so many games that I've witnessed. And it seems like every year it's always something ridiculous. You go to there's a tackling rule. Mind you this, I love the targeting stuff. It's they had a guy from, I don't know, I think it was Pitt or whoever it was that night. It was the wildest thing. He was the definition of it. He jumped, led with his head. His arms were tucked by his side. He looked like he was taking off a rocket ship. That's the play. That's how you call that. You don't call if a guy catches a ball and he sees, me coming, and he bends his head down, and I hit him, and then all of a sudden I'm kicked out the rest of the game.
Right.
Like you gotta rule on intent. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes those things happen, but intent, you have answers for everything else. That should be a perfect way for you to rule that. If a guy is ducking his head, arms are tucked in, But if you see me coming, I was always taught as a ball carrier, get small.
Right.
Let them, and I do
absorb
this.
the contact.
It's absorb the contact. So it's crazy. But, the game is – I'm not upset with the rules. I think the rules are good to a certain extent. But sometimes I think they kind of get in their own way. Yeah.
And then the problem is when you go too far, you can't go back.
No. Oh, no, it's over.
It's like
you got to ride that wave.
It's like I remember the years ago when in baseball in the 90s when they were using the -5 bats for 4 years and there was all these homers, and then they changed the rule. I thought they almost maybe went a little too far the other way, and they said, well, it's because of safety. Well, once you say it's safety, you can't ever adjust because now there's a lawsuit you set yourself up for. A kid gets hit or something, a freak accident.
And the NCAA already paying people right now, so they trying to keep their pockets right.
So coming into this week, LSU game tomorrow, everyone, you know it. You walk down the street, everyone, is defense going to be better? What do you think of the Tigers this year? So I'm going to be that guy down the street. Just give me your quick takeaway. We're talking with Justin Vincent. You've seen the practices. The defense can't be any worse.
No, can't.
So, what we're going to assume it's better.
Yep.
The question is how much better. And if we're going to be positive and say that it's gotten better, what are you seeing that you like so far in practice?
This is what I say, and I'm not a homer by any way. Anybody who knows me and knows anything about me knows that I don't never.
You're going to tell like it is.
Beat around the bush. Yeah. I don't. I can't sleep at night knowing that I lied to somebody.
Right.
you know, everybody last year, the people I ran into always, you know, they talked about how bad our players were. The players aren't bad. The scheme was bad. You know, one thing I've learned about football, and I've been around it a lot, played it a lot, you play that much zone, that means you got a good front four. They're getting a good push. You're making those windows small. But if you don't have a good front four and you're not, you know, they're not coached up well, you know what that turns into? 7-on-7. If somebody would ever told you LSU to score 40-plus points and lose a game, you'd have called them a lie.
Right.
We watched that almost twice last year. So Blake, who I'm good friends with, you know, I'm glad he's back. I wish we never let him go to begin with. Obviously, bring Coach Raymond back in. Doing well in the recruiting show. We're getting some guys who we probably would have never got if things were still the same. I've been out to practice maybe 4 or 5 times since the beginning of fall camp. I don't stay that long because I'm dressed, you know, normal. I'm not in shorts and T-shirt.
Yeah, it's so hot.
It's 9,000 degrees, and I'm not staying out there for all that. But they have our leap years, like to the point where offense can't get things off.
Wow.
You know, so – and I'm not trying to sit up here and blow everybody's mind. I'm trying to make you feel really good. Just know that if a third of what we thought LSU defense would have showed up last year, we might have been in the playoffs.
100%.
So it's better than a third, folks. That's all I'm just saying. That's all I'm saying. Mm-hmm. So we're trending in the right direction and where we're supposed to be. Mm-hmm. You know, so everybody should be comfortable, should be excited, to be super optimistic until proven otherwise.
And obviously the line tomorrow, 4, 4.5, 5, 5.5. It's been moving anywhere from 4 to 6.5. LSU a favorite in the game against USC. I talked to Josh Booty last week on our show, and Josh was saying they've got USC has question marks about their offensive line, just like we have question marks about our defensive line. They feel good about their quarterback, had the big bowl game. Our quarterback had the big bowl game. So obviously something's going to give. I think it's going to be I've thought all along in the offseason, and especially when you look at LSU's body of work and they're 0-4 in their last 4 openers, that this is very much a coin flip game.
Yeah, 100%. Like I said, be optimistic as all get out. Like, it is a true opportunity for us to see the Nuss we want to see, right? Love the kid, been knowing him and his family for a long time. Get a chance to see, you know, Kyron Lacey, you're the guy now, right? Go get the ball, right? You know, we will see a whole lot more of Caleb Jackson. Obviously, Josh Williams, great running back. He's one of the smartest kids I've been around in a long time. Understands the game of football, not just what he's supposed to do, right? Understands pass protections, leverage, all that stuff. Yeah, he's not going to break off the 50-yard runs for you. He's going to get you 20 or 30, though. But gives us a balanced attack, gives us an opportunity offensively. Offensively, I have no questions. We are who we are, right? Defensively, like everybody else, is what we need. If we just get a third of that defense we hoped for last year to show up, we're in a 100% better position than we were last year. So that's what I'm looking forward to.
One last thing before I let you go. Running backs, that's your position. What have you seen out of that group?
We got a lot going on, man. Josh, I think, has earned the right to be a starter. He gives us a lot as far as pass protection, catching the ball in the backfield, run between the tackles. Obviously, your home run hitter is going to be Caleb. Your home run hitter is going to be Durham if he gets in. Because those guys have shown.
By the way, Caleb Jackson looks like a grown man.
Well, listen, you know, I was at practice the other day, and I was sitting there. Me and Nick Brissett were talking. And I was like, how do you gain 20 pounds and look more cut up than what you did when you were? Right. I was like, this is wild. It's the wildest thing I've ever seen. Yeah. I mean, you gain 20 pounds, and he looks more cut, like back, like got the V shape.
Oh, yeah.
Like in the back.
But I'll say this. I did a game on TV when he was in high school, and he wasn't far off when he got there. I mean, he's always had just an unbelievable physique, and he looks like I said, he looks like a 25-year-old NFL professional running back in a college second-year body. Yeah,
and he always sees me. He's like, "What's up, little man?" I'm like, "Dude, I'll slap you. I'll slap you." but yeah, he is gain weight, but also slimmed down, and it's the oddest thing to me. And Coach Frank, I'm trying to get him to cut a little bit. I said, unless he shows you.
Yeah, unless he's slow for some reason.
Man,
leave him alone.
Don't fix it if it ain't broke, cuz. Let him ride that wave right now.
Hey, Bo Jackson, Herschel Walker, some big boys back in the day.
Ali Broussard played at 260, and a lot of people don't know that. And he don't have a muscle in his body.
Right.
But he played at 260 and was running away from people.
And when you're north-south, he could go.
You get in his way, count your blessings.
All right, JV, thank you, man. Appreciate you joining us. Justin Vincent, look at this title. Hang on, I looked it up. Director Athletic Alumni Engagement at TAF. That's a lot of words on a card.
It is, man.
So he's over there.
At the end of the day, raise money.
Raise money with hitting up all the former LSU athletes of all types, whether it be an Alex Bregman or a Ronnie Rantz and everywhere in between. But I already gave. All right, so we'll be back with more Sports Shorts from the MGM Bet Sportsbook at Mandalay Bay. When we return, Joe Carvalo, the president, CEO of the LSU Alumni Association, will join us. We got Joel Davis. We've got Tommy Kreisand, Hunter McCann from WBRZ is going to be in the house, hour number 2. We got Todd Walker, hour number 2, College Baseball Hall of Famer. All that. Don't go anywhere. Sports Shorts will continue from Vegas right after this.
Labor Day savings start now at Lowe's. Right now, buy one, get one free on Valspar Reserve or HGTV Home by Sherwin-Williams Infinity or Showcase Interior Paint via Lowe's gift card rebate. Whether you're painting one accent wall or want to freshen up a whole room, we've got you covered. Because Lowe's knows savings. Lowe's knows home improvement. More terms and restrictions apply. See Lowe's.com/rebates for details. Valid through 9/4.
eBay Motors is here for the ride. Go ahead, feel your engine. Admire that perfectly installed exhaust. Your vehicle's moving along this freeway like it was made from fresh installs and a whole lot of love. With eBay Motors, you get over 122 million parts to keep it running. And with eBay Guaranteed Fit, they'll be the perfect fit every time. Plus, at these prices, well, we're burning rubber, not cash. Keep your ride or die alive at ebaymotors.com. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
We are the soldiers of the Louisiana Army National Guard. We are your neighbors. We are your sons and daughters. While we serve part-time, we are learning valuable life and job skills. We are earning money for college, for trade and technical schools, and for certifications. We are proud to serve both our country and our home state. We are your Louisiana Army National Guard.
Sponsored by the Louisiana Army National Guard. Aired by the Louisiana Association of Broadcasters and this station.
Well, why don't you just come right out and say it?
Our listeners fire off their opinions on the Jim's Firearms.net hotline at 499-1045.
Say what?
Keep listening for your next chance to shoot us your thoughts with the Jim's Firearms.net hotline. Get the 1045 ESPN Baton Rouge mobile app powered by Bayou Ford and tap the microphone icon to send us your thoughts in an audio message. Your message could be played on air. Find our app in the Apple or Google Play Store. For direct links, visit 1045ESPN.com.
Hey Central, craving mouth-watering meals without the stress? Look no further than Chris's Specialty Foods. Our talented chefs whip up home-cooked goodness, etouffee, gumbo, savory casseroles, and more, all conveniently prepped and ready for your oven. And guess what? We've got Chris's hot boudin and crispy cracklins too, perfect for anyone on the go. And starting Monday, you can swing by Chris's Specialty Foods' new location on Wax Road, right behind Walmart in Central. Chris's Specialty Foods, flavorful, fast, and fresh.
Rev Business is connecting companies from the bayou to the river to the lake with the technology, expertise, and uniquely homegrown support that only Rev Business can deliver. From internet and hosted phone to managed Wi-Fi and Metro E, our best-in-class services are tailored to your needs, backed by in-house support and a local team devoted to keeping your business up and running. Visit us at letsrev.biz. Rev Business.
Back to Sports Shorts Radio.
Welcome back, everyone, to Sports Shorts Radio presented by LeBears Casino, where if you're in Baton Rouge and you're looking for a place to watch college football today, full slate, and, of course, LSU game tomorrow, 6:30 in Baton Rouge, go to LeBears Casino, the sports book, the ESPN Bet sports book. They're going to have the official ribbon-cutting ceremony to change the name and all that and the colors and the signage on Thursday, September 5th. So it'll be officially the ESPN Bets sports book after September 5th. 5th. But go by there today and tomorrow. The place to be for all the football action. Of course, get your prop bets and all your preseason predictions for NFL and everything like that. Over-under wins 7.5 is the number of wins for Saints this year. That is a low number. And I still like the under with 7.5. The only person who thinks the Saints are going to go over is Mickey Parrington. I played golf with him the other day over at Metairie Country Club. He's really close friends with Mickey Loomis, and he's all drinking the punch. 10-7 is what I got. I'm like, Mickey, come on, man, 10-7. I mean, what is going on? So, but if Mickey Parrington is correct, then we're all wrong. Great. I'll owe him, and I'm happy to be wrong, but I think under 7.5 is the play. And you can get that bet over at the LeBears Sportsbook at the ESPN Bet Sportsbook at LeBears in Baton Rouge. But we're over here in Sin City, Vegas at the MGM Bet Sportsbook. I mean, this place is filling up. It's only, 8:35 Vegas time, or 8:20. I don't know. I got my glasses. 8:23, whatever Vegas time. There it is right there, 8:23 Vegas time, which, of course, East Coast is 11:23. So that's why the place is filling up. Folks are getting all their bets in for the day on the East Coast. But joining us right now is Joe Carvalo, President, CEO of the LSU Alumni Association. I grabbed Joe out of the Starbucks line to come over here to join us. How you doing, buddy?
I'm doing wonderful, man. It's great to be here. Yeah, you're talking about, seeing people in the sports book at 8:30. I got up at 6 o'clock, and you don't think about it. Back home, it's 8 o'clock, and you see Nick Saban on College Game Day.
Right.
It was great to see him on the side, off the sidelines,
yes,
and in the studio. Man, it was a sight to see.
Somebody was talking the other day about, hey, with Nick Saban not being at Alabama, do you think the players feel a sense that the opponents, the LSU players, for example, when that game comes, they feel more confident? Yeah,
you got to, right?
The fans do, that's for sure.
I mean, you look at a guy who's won that many national championships, both at LSU and at Alabama. I mean, and when you take that piece off the sidelines, I don't care who it is on the field. But, there's got to be a sense of relief and also a sense of confidence as you go into a game like that.
You brought a crew yesterday, 2 flights?
Yes, sir.
Two groups for LSU alumni. Did you bring your golf clubs?
I did not. Someone offered me to go play Shadow Creek with them.
What?
And at $1,000 a pop, for me, that's
they weren't picking up the tab.
No, they weren't picking up the tab. That's about $10 a swing for me.
Yeah,
that's a lot of aggravation.
Yeah, yeah. And look, I think it might even be more than 1,000. I think it's like 1,200.
I think he was picking up a little bit of it then.
Yeah. I saw Brian Jeremy, in that group.
Yes.
Young and those guys. They were all playing.
That's who it was.
Yeah, they were all playing yesterday. I did get a chance to play Shadow Creek, which is the best golf course in Vegas, about 10 years ago, and I think it was only 500 or 600 around.
What a steal. 500
then, which now people be fighting to pay 500 to play Shadow Creek because it's, like I said, doubled or more. The cool thing about that golf course, by the way, is that it was a pig farm, like literally a pig farm way out in Vegas, like kind of, now it's not way out, but it was way out back in the day when they built it 20, 30 years ago. It was, and they have some pictures when you go there, and you get to see the the photos up high. It was a literally like just wasteland pig farm, and they took it and they made basically desert land pig farm and turned it into, if you went to North Carolina and played the finest golf course with pine trees and hills and all that, they turned this landscape into one of the best golf courses. And of course, it was the home of the Tiger Woods Phil Mickelson Challenge. When they, 10 years ago, whenever that was, that they played each other for a bunch of millions. But you decided to keep 1,200, so good move right there. LSU alumni, do y'all do trips every away game? How does it work?
Well, a lot of it depends on demand, Ronnie. I mean, we have so many things that are going on in so many different places that, it depends on where we have a big chapter base to, or alumni base. We haven't had as much success going to Arkansas, so we pick that trip maybe every other year or every 4 years. We're going to South Carolina in 2 weeks. We have a couple of spots left on that. That trip is always fun. We went to Missouri last year. Even though it's an 11 o'clock game, a lot of people, don't like 11 o'clock games at LSU. But we had so much fun in Missouri last year. It was great. We won the game. Everybody had dinner that night. and had a nice, easy time that night and went out and had a couple of drinks. Next morning, grabbed charter, and we were home.
So that's how y'all are doing South Carolina?
South Carolina's
You go
a
in
charter.
Friday night, come back Sunday morning?
Correct.
Okay.
A lot of great restaurants there, just a really great college town.
And you get to see Maneri. Coach Maneri coaching the South Carolina Gamecocks. He'll be there.
How great is that?
Yeah.
We're not going to Arkansas this year, but we do have A&M and Florida as well, too. So those trips are picking up for us. But, everybody's anticipating a schedule next year of potentially going to Oklahoma. Clemson is already on the schedule.
Right.
So we don't know how the schedule is going to flip. We're waiting for the SEC.
Clemson first game of the year?
First game.
Okay.
Yeah.
You've been obviously around LSU athletics from basketball to, women's hoops to here we are now as the president of the Alumni Association. So 24 years in LSU athletics. Of all the non-conference road trips, and this one's not over. We still got 48 hours left on this one. But so take Vegas off the table. Favorite one? I ever went to?
I was talking with somebody. Wisconsin was
Seattle, Washington.
My travel with women's basketball was amazing because we were going to Final Fours and we were really successful. But those trips were business for me.
Business trips.
They were business trips,
staff.
and you're on the staff. But if you had to put one together, the Green Bay trip was incredible. I was talking to somebody yesterday about how great Green Bay was. One of the most impressive things to me, I happened to be in the group with Jimmy Taylor doing the tour of Lambeau Field.
Oh, wow.
And he was in the middle. It was like a school of fish, and he was in the middle. Every one of those gentlemen who was security knew who he was, and they would stand up and say, "Hello, Mr. Taylor, how are you? Welcome back." It wasn't one. It was every one of them.
Yeah.
And I just happened to be in that group. And, just that kind of mentality of how Lambeau Field is and how the Green Bay Packers are kind of resonates with LSU fans, just their passion and understanding of the game. And it was really something to see.
Jimmy Taylor going back to Lambeau had to be like if Billy Cannon were to go to Tiger Stadium. It's that kind of level. He's a Pro Football Hall of Famer. He played, for Vince Lombardi during those days. He's a legend. An R.I.P. to Jimmy. What a great guy. Good golfer. He was a heck of a golfer.
Very good golfer.
But just, 50s, 60s, just this Green Bay Packers. When you watch the black and white films, you see Jimmy Taylor.
It's the Notre Dame of football. It's the Yankees of baseball, like that type of thing. And
that was the best trip up until the foot hit the football, and they kicked off the game. The game was terrible, and it was the beginning of the end. That's when you knew, okay, this is over with the whole Les Miles era. But everything about the weather, when we come from August and September in Baton Rouge and you go to Wisconsin, the weather was perfect. The golf was amazing. The town, the Lambeau Field, just, it's like Yankee Stadium or Fenway.
Had a great feel for it.
Yeah.
And we actually did a site visit at the time with the Alumni Association. I was at Tiger Athletic Foundation. We went to Chicago, met with our chapter there, went up to Green Bay. We just had the best time. We went to a preseason Packers game, and the Packers, just going to a Packers game was great. Even in the preseason, there's 77,000, 80,000 people there for a preseason game. That's like a spring game for us, and you just don't see that kind of feel and allegiance to a team and stuff.
Joe Carvalo, President, CEO, Louisiana LSU Alumni Association. So the Alumni Association, the events that you guys have, I know tomorrow, my goodness, you're going to have the fight of the century, getting into your tailgate party.
Yeah.
You guys are having a huge tailgate party at Mandalay Bay where we are. You can literally walk from Mandalay Bay to the stadium. Here, answer this question. Is the walk inside? Is it in like a tunnel?
My understanding is you're going to walk out the back. It's going to put you on this one street that goes over the interstate. I think it's outside.
It's an outside walk?
Yes.
Okay.
It's about a 5-6 minute walk outside. Our Vice President of Engagement, Sally Steele, who you know very well from your days at LaBerge, she was great. She came into a site visit here. We have everything down to the step.
Oh, poor Sally had to do a site visit in Vegas. I bet she had to really twist her arm.
It was a real struggle to get her and Brantley out here, but they do a great job with our traveling Tigers. They're just absolutely incredible what they do and how they do it. There's the organization of having 600-700 people on a trip, but also we'll have 2,400 people at House of Blues tomorrow, and it's absolutely incredible. Just to have that many Tigers in one spot, that's what we're supposed to be doing at the Alumni Association.
2,400 and about another 1,000 trying to get in. Because I remember UCLA. I remember your party at UCLA, which is another great trip. L.A. was great. The weather was great until the game started. Let's hope that we have the trend changes. But no doubt it's going to be who was it that DJ'd that?
Tommy Lee.
Tommy Lee. So no Tommy Lee DJing tomorrow.
No
for your
Tommy
party?
Lee. We got a little surprise. I think Mark Broussard's going to be coming to sing. He's going to be doing a set. Yeah. We have great sponsors at Hancock Whitney, and Lieutenant Governor's office came in, and with that was the Louisiana Economic Development came in, and they said, would you mind if we took care of this and bring Mark Broussard and local talent?
No doubt.
And I think he's staying through next week and doing some live shows here. So it's going to be a lot of fun tomorrow.
And I heard Shaq is DJing after the game over at the Wynn. Shaq is going to be DJing over at the Wynn. I mean, that's not a comp one, but that would be a fun one to go to if you still got a little energy in you to get over there. Well, I appreciate you, Joe, for stopping by. It's going to be an amazing experience. The stadium is incredible.
It looks incredible.
It looks absolutely incredible. I'm looking forward to seeing it. It's supposed to be, the Jerry World is, supposedly the best stadium in the country, top to bottom and all the bells and whistles. But this one's even newer, so I'm looking forward to seeing what that's all about. But it's going to be an awesome day, man. Thanks.
Yes.
Good seeing you, buddy.
It was great seeing you.
And then
Thanks
next
so
time,
much.
bring your golf clubs.
Yes, sir.
Don't pass up on Shadow Creek.
I
Just
won't.
get Jeremy to pay for it. We'll take a break. We'll be back with more sports shorts from the MGM Bet Sportsbook here in Sin City in Vegas. We're in the Mandalay Bay. This is the home of where Charles Hannegriff and all the gang at Eagle 98.1, myself included, will be tomorrow, pregame, postgame, live from the MGM Bets Sportsbook. So don't miss it. Pregame on Eagle 98.1, postgame as well, where we can get your reaction, all your calls and all that. So don't go anywhere. Sports Shorts will continue. We'll talk to Joel Davis over at Woodhaven Furniture Company in Baton Rouge next.
104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge is hitting the road for LSU football season opener against USC in Las Vegas. Rev delivers our coverage starting Friday, August 30th with Off the Bench and After Further Review. And continuing Sunday, September 1st with Eagle 98.1 Game Day. Our coverage is also presented by Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness. Watch us live on the 104.5 ESPN YouTube channel. Kick off the 2024 season live from Las Vegas with Rev and 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
With the incredibly spacious 3-row Chevy Traverse, you can change
Let's just meet at the concert.
into
Why don't I pick all you guys up on the way?
the advanced safety engineered Chevy Blazer EV lets you turn, you think we should turn back? Into full steam ahead. And with the affordable Equinox EV,
Keep an eye out for the next Charger, kids.
becomes,
Get comfortable, kids. We'll be home in 4 hours.
for summer adventures, Chevy's got you. See your super Chevy dealers today.
Being an Alpha with Alpha Customs means everything from getting a lift, upgrading wheels and tires, to window tints and spray and bed liners. And they also specialize in custom vehicle alignments. There's a reason why Alpha Customs has 5-star reviews from hundreds of satisfied customers. They always bring consistent, solid service and high-quality work. Plus, football season is upon us. If you want to pull up to the tailgate Alpha style, it's all about Alpha Customs. Be an Alpha with Alpha Customs, Prairieville and Lafayette, and online at alphacustoms.net.
If you're a Baton Rouge area business struggling to find employees, Tiger Labor and Staffing, a family-owned and operated business, is here to help. Whether it's light industrial work, warehousing, manufacturing, or just a little help on the job site, Tiger Labor and Staffing provides timely, professional employees to help your business get the job done. Reed Brunson and his team will handle background checks, payroll, and workers' compensation insurance. When it comes to temp staffing in Baton Rouge, whether it's a day, a week, or full-time, Tiger Labor and Staffing has the eye of the tiger. Visit the website to learn more, tigerlabor.com.
Hey, Baton Rouge, football season is here, and so is ESPN Bet Sportsbook at LeBear's. The grand opening coming up Thursday, September the 5th from 6 to 8 p.m. There will be a ribbon cutting at 6:30, food and drink specials all day long, and an ESPN Bet T-shirt giveaway. All you've got to do is show your ESPN Bet app on your phone, as well as your Pin Play Club card. You get a T-shirt. Watch and wager. The Chiefs and Ravens will get things started at 7:20. Come on out to ESPN Bet.
Are you tired of glasses, contacts, or readers? Or is it just time to schedule your annual eye exam? Well, the Williamson Eye Center has provided excellence in eye care, eyewear, and eye surgery for 75 years. Call the Williamson Eye Center for a free vision correction consultation to get out of those glasses, contacts, and readers. Visit the Williamson Eye Center in 7 locations around Greater Baton Rouge or call 924-2020. That's 924-2020 or online at williamsoneye.com.
Welcome back to Sports Shorts Radio.
Welcome back, everyone, to Vegas, Sin City. We're over here at Mandalay Bay in the sports book at MGM Bets. We'll be here for another hour and a half. Special thanks to Justin Vincent, the former LSU Tiger great, who joined us. We also had Joe Carvalo, the president of the LSU Alumni Association. Before we get to Joel Davis here, I want to tell you about riveroflifecapsules.com. Boy, we need a little River of Life over here in Vegas because everybody's going strong, going hard in the paint. The times are off by 2 hours. Everybody's staying up late, getting up early. Could use a little River of Life for sure, especially with Hunter McCann, who's going to join us hour number 2 over here in person. He's been taking this for months and months and months. It's a natural pain reliever. It helps you with arthritis and mood support as well. River of Life, the most powerful natural pain reliever available and proven to be as effective as any lead medication without side effects. That's the thing. You don't have the side effects when you take River of Life capsules. Go to riveroflifecapsules.com, riveroflifecapsules.com. It's a natural pain and soreness reliever. It's anti-arthritic. It's anti-inflammatory, and it reduces anxiety, stress, and cortisol. The guy joining us right now on the phone line could definitely use some riveroflifecapsules.com, and that is Joel Davis, because he lives with inflammation, anxiety, stress, all of these things. Joel, what are we stressing about this morning?
Oh, dude, I got so many moving parts in here, Ron. It's like, it's Labor Day weekend, which is Furniture Central. You're going to be busy. You're going to be busy no matter what, just because people want to take advantage of opportunity, which I've always been a big proponent of. Anytime there's an opportunity, you should take advantage of it. Clearly, there's an advantage over here at Woodhaven Furniture Company this weekend. We're going to pay your sales tax. We're going to pay your sales tax. We're going to save you a little bit of money at Woodhaven Furniture Company right here in the heart of Mid-City. I got guys loading the truck. I got people walking in the front door. I got my wife telling me what to do every 3 seconds. Very, very busy. However, with all that being said, I'm so excited about LSU football tomorrow, Ron. I cannot even tell you. There's 3 players I cannot wait to watch tomorrow. 3 players that I cannot wait to put my eyes on and to see how they play. I'm hearing some things, Ron.
You're hearing things when people come into Woodhaven Furniture Company. They're telling you things. You're hearing things.
Let me just tell you something, dude. Yeah. I always get a little scoopage, right? I get a little scoopage from high school coaches all over the state of Louisiana. I'm in their offices all day long, throughout the week. Woodhaven is my life on Saturday. But Monday through Thursday, Ron, Monday through Thursday, sometimes Friday, I'm in high school football coaches every single day, all day long. That's what I do with Red Zone Fundraising. And I get to sit and chat, and I get to talk about players. Like, I knew about Malik Neighbors before anybody knew about Malik Neighbors. I know about players. I know about Caleb Jackson before anybody ever heard of Caleb Jackson. I hear things. I know about Gilbert before anybody else knew about Gilbert. So our free safety, I'm so excited about watching what Jordan Gilbert will do at LSU at free safety. I'm telling you right now, we finally, I believe, have that difference maker deep in the secondary for LSU. And that's just because of the things that I'm hearing, okay?
What are you hearing? That's what I want to know.
I'm telling you, just this is the next big-time safety that's played. It's going to be playing at LSU. That's what I'm going to tell you. And, he's a transfer from Texas A&M. It's nice to have him back. This is a kid from Louisiana. This is a dude that's a stud that's going to be fantastic. And I'm pumped about seeing him. I'm pumped about seeing him. I'm pumped about seeing Nussmeier. I'm pumped about seeing this wide receiver core. I'm clearly excited about the defense and what we can do there, how different it's going to be this year. And I think LSU is going to come out smoking tomorrow, bro. I really do. I think if they lean on Caleb Jackson, we'll see that. We'll see at the running back position how they handle that. But, we're talking about a guy, Ron. I know Josh Williams is the number 1 running back right now. But Caleb Jackson, dude, We're talking 230. Will squat 550 pounds. I'm just making numbers up now, but I'm telling you that's about how big his legs are. This dude has been working out on his own since he was like in the 9th grade, bro. This is a self-made man, Caleb Jackson. And this dude, when he was at Liberty Magnet, was a man amongst boys. And now he's in the SEC, he's still a man amongst boys. Because this dude understands that it ain't just what the coaches give you. He does it on his own, Ron.
Right.
This is a guy that goes out and beats the weight room up on his own. Very much like Leonard Fournette was when he was coming up through the pipeline. Leonard would go and do all that stuff on his own.
It's definitely a similar body type for sure. I mean, Leonard will be a little bigger, but no doubt.
Well, let me tell you something. Caleb Jackson right now, dude, is an NFL back. He's an NFL back. I can't tell you that Justin Williams right now is a NFL back. Caleb Jackson is an NFL back. And if that's your number 2 guy, he is going to crush people, bro. We're talking about a dude that has the speed to break away, the power to run over you, the vision of a Tony Dorsett.
Right.
Okay, I'm talking about Caleb Jackson. Caleb Jackson is about to let the SEC. He's about to put the SEC on notice, bro. That's what I'm excited about. Caleb Jackson and what he does shows the LSU nation that he's the freaking dude. I'm waiting to see what our brand new free safety does, because I'm hearing all the stuff about our free safety from our coaches throughout Louisiana. Like, keep your eye on this guy. This is an NFL guy, all right? And then, of course, everybody's looking forward to seeing what Garrett Nussmeier will do in the system as a starter. And this is another I'm telling you, Nussmeier's an NFL quarterback. He's an NFL quarterback. Oh, yeah, he's an NFL quarterback, dude. But we'll see. We'll see. He's been anointed the number 1 spot. He's worked for it, but he's been given the number 1 spot. And let's see what he does with it. You saw I told you what Jaden Daniels was before anybody even liked Jaden Daniels. I told you that we had a guy. When everybody was like, oh, I don't know about that guy. I told you this. I'm telling you, I listen to what people tell me, the people that know what they're talking about, and then I do a little analyzing on my own to tell you, okay, they're right. I don't want to go.
Jaden Daniels started his whole career at Arizona State prior to coming to Baton Rouge. I mean, it's not like
but nobody thought he was the guy, though, Ron. When he came here, nobody thought that he was going to be that dude.
Well, nobody thought he'd be a Heisman Trophy winner, just like we didn't think Joe Burrow was going to be a Heisman Trophy. Nobody saw that coming. Or, I mean, look.
No.
I just don't want you to hurt your rotator cuff patting yourself on the back. That's all. I mean, like, let's slow it down a little bit. I mean, you didn't call the shot like Bambino, Babe Ruth, where you said this guy's going to win the Heisman or something. Like, let's go. Come on.
Excuse me. I called the shot, Ron. I called the shot because I'll tell you the story again. Gas station, the year that Jaden Daniels comes into the program. Okay, after a couple games, I see an LSU personnel guy at the gas station. Won't name names. After seeing this man in practice 3 or 4 times, going to the coaches' clinics, this, that, and the other, it doesn't take a rocket science to see this guy's he's a special player. But even LSU fans are like, I don't know about this guy. He can't see the field. You remember all the talk.
So wait a second.
He can't see the field.
Hang on, Joe. Hang on one sec.
Especially you.
Hang on one sec. I just want to clarify. You figured it out that Jaden Daniels was going to be the guy when you pulled up to a gas station and Greg.
No.
Hang on. Hang on.
Don't say anything. Don't name names, you son of a bugger.
No, hang on.
Don't you name names, Ron.
I'm not. But you pulled up.
You just did it.
What did I say?
I heard it coming out of your mouth. It started with a G.
Okay, but well, here's what I'll say. I won't say his name. You pulled up to a gas station. The guy had been on campus for 2 weeks. The former head equipment manager, won't say his name, told you this guy's really looking good in practice, and that's it. That's all you needed to anoint him as the next coming.
No, Ron, you are so stupid. Listen to what you're saying. There's film on the guy. Like you said, where was he before?
He was at Arizona State.
He was out west. Yeah. We saw plenty of football from him. Yeah. It wasn't like we had never seen the guy before. We've seen him. Yeah. But when he came to LSU, everybody was like, I don't know. He can't see the field. I don't like the way he throws the ball down the field. He can't read, blah, 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 blah. No, but what you did know about him is that he was willing to put in the work. What you did know about him is that he was an athlete beyond most athletes that are out there.
And a great locker room guy. Great locker room guy.
A great locker room guy. Yeah. I mean, he's a leader amongst men.
Right.
And you just put it all together, dude. Yeah. You put it all together, and then you go out and you watch him for yourself, right? You look at the arm talent, you look at the ability to make every throw on the field, and then you come to a decision. And my decision was, relax. The dude's going to be good. And then when I was at the gas station and I had a conversation, I said, it looks like we got one, doesn't we? No, I don't think that he's the one, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, I think you're wrong, blah, blah, blah. And he was wrong. And I'm talking about somebody that's in the facility. And I can't believe you start naming names. What's wrong with you? I'm going to have people showing up at my furniture store today, coming in here, and they're going to be from the other side of working for him. And they'll be like, he never said that, this, that, and the other. And it's because of you.
You're welcome. I'm bringing you people to your furniture store. You're welcome.
No, they're coming over to start stuff. They're not coming over to buy nothing.
Oh, well, sell them something once they get there. It's my job to get them in the doors. I can't sell them stuff too, Joel. My job is to get them in the doors. It's your job to sell them.
I appreciate that. Hey, you know what, dude? I don't know what it is with you today, but you sound different.
It's Vegas, baby.
You sound like you're going like you're on national radio right now. You've changed your voice. You're like doing more of a radio voice today. I don't know what's up with that. Why are we doing this?
No. What it is we got Bo Wegman over here. We got some new toys. Bo's got some different equipment than what, they give us the B stuff for sports shorts. When Hunter McCann and Tommy, they get the little briefcase. That stuff's from like the 80s. But when you come over here and do the big show, when you're on the road, you got Bo over here. We got equipment. It's like professional. That's why.
You sound professional.
Yeah. Well, that and also I'm very raspy. I went to Robin Thicke last night and Boys to Men. I went and saw Robin Thicke and Boys to Men in concert.
Okay.
It was some belly rubbing music. It was amazing. It was a late night.
Did you work yourself on stage like 90% of the time that you somehow end up on stage singing like with Belle Biv DeVoe? Did you work yourself behind the scenes and get on the mic and say some lines? Because that's 9 times out of 10 you're able to do that. Were you able to do that in Vegas? Did you have that much stroke?
I did not. I had some great seats. I was very fortunate for this purpose. So Robin Thicke, right? Lost Without You. He's got some other. He had some other big songs. Anyway, love Robin Thicke a lot, like more than most people. So I was excited to see him. I'd never seen him before. I've seen Boys to Men numerous times. I had fortunate to work at LeBear's back in the day. They came a number of times, got some pictures with them, and met them. They're great guys. But they had a fourth.
I figured you were standing there. Figured you'd be standing down there with your 6'5" frame. Maybe 6 months, a year ago, 2 years ago, when you were 400, they would have picked you out of the stand. But now you're just an average guy. You're just a 6'5", 185-pound man now. But before, you were 6'5", 425, and you were noticeable. So people picked that out and he's 6'5", he's 425, guaranteed singer. So nobody even knows because you're not a big man anymore.
Ruben Studdard. He's Ruben Studdard from American Idol. Yeah,
correct, dude.
By the way, haven't been
185
since I was 12. But and I'm 6'4". I lost an inch. I don't know where that came from. But here's the deal. Boys to Men got rid of their fourth member of their band, of their group, about 20 years ago. The guy with the deep, deep voice,
BBD.
Hey, baby, I love you. I didn't want to do that to you. That guy, okay?
That's good.
The deep voice guy. They got rid of him 20 years ago. He had some leg issues. That's why in all the videos he had a cane and all towards the end of his career and all. So he had some health issues. Wow. They had a falling out over I don't know what. Well, last night they had an on-stage reunion with him. Now, he didn't sing. They brought him out of the audience. He had his wife in the audience. He actually was sitting 5 rows behind me. I had better seats than him. They brought him out of the audience. They basically explained to everybody in the audience that, hey, look, there's been a lot said over the last 20 years about our 4th member and how we treated him and the falling out. He's like, hey, that guy's always going to be a brother. It's like when you have disagreements with family, you still love family. They went into this long explanation and then brought him up. The crowd went nuts. He came on stage. They all hugged him. They cried. He said a few words. It was an unbelievable moment, and I happened to be there for it. I mean, it was very lucky. Very lucky.
So happy for you, dude. What a moment.
So
what a moment.
So the throat, we're fighting some things. We're fighting some things.
Yeah,
here
I can
this
hear
morning.
it. But you sound very professional again. Obviously, you're using much better technology right now.
Much
you don't
better
sound
equipment.
like you're in a broom closet. You sound fantastic.
Yeah,
but you know what, Ron? You need to sound good. Now, are you going to? Where are we sitting for the LSU game tomorrow? Are you in a suite? Are you down? Are you in the plaza? Where are you?
We're in some club seats that come with complimentary food and drink. Yeah. With one of our great sponsors, Charles Harvey, Southern Regional Medical Center. We're going to be sitting.
Who flew you over there? Did your brother fly you over there?
No. We went Mr. Fun Travel. Jason Ramazan, Mr. Fun Travel. We had a great time. We had a great time.
Okay.
We had to,
Did you bring a guest, or did you go alone?
Yeah. I have a friend.
You have a guest?
Have a friend.
Okay. Have a friend.
Yeah.
Okay. What's his name?
So Joel, tell us what the specials are this weekend at the Labor Day sale. What do we got?
None of that matters. We already went over that. But can we briefly just touch on one thing before we leave? Because I know you're about to hang up on me because you're done with me. You take me, you use me, and you spit me out.
Yeah.
So here's of course. I want to say one thing. Are you a Spencer Rattler believer right now? Are you a Spencer Rattler believer? Are you on the rattle train, bro? That's what I want to know.
I am of the belief he deserves to make the team. He deserves to be the backup quarterback. But to say Spencer Rattler deserves the keys to the Lamborghini right now.
I didn't say that.
No,
you put words in my mouth. I didn't say you deserve keys to the car. I just said, are you a believer? Where did you get all that other nonsense? I said, are you a Spencer Rattler believer? Where in that did I say he should get the keys to the car right now?
I'm buying the stock. I'm buying the Rattler stock.
That's all I wanted to know. That's what I was looking for. Yeah, buy the stock, folks. Buy the stock. We're talking about a 5th-round draft pick right here. Has everything you're looking. You know what he's got, Ron? You know what he's got, bro?
He's got a little moxie.
He's got the it.
He's got moxie.
He's got the it. You know who doesn't have the it right now?
Derek Carr.
Who's missing the it?
Derek Carr.
Derek Carr is missing the it.
Right.
It just feels different when he walks on the. And I don't care that he's playing with 3rd and 4th stringers. So is Jake Haener. Do you see the same energy? Do you see the same, the rise of play when Jake Haener's on the field? No. You feel it when that kid walks on the field, bro. We got Mahomes 2.0, bro. We got Mahomes 2.0. He even does the little fingers come to the huddle like Mahomes. He got that from Mahomes. When he goes to the huddle and he sticks his hand up and he's wiggling his fingers like come to the huddle. What do you think? I'm waiting for his head to start tilting. I mean, as soon as his head tilts, dude,
Joel,
it's over.
Joel, can I stop you for a second? Before I let you go, I think you're going off the rails. If you think that Patrick Mahomes invented the fingers come to the huddle move,
the wiggle.
You're crediting Patrick Mahomes for hey guys, right over here, let's huddle with the wiggle fingers.
No,
come on,
it's the way he does the hands in the air and the wiggling of the fingers. I've never in my life saw Drew Brees stick his hand up in the air and wiggle his fingers while not looking at anybody. No, he does that. Not he does. It's the not looking at anybody with the hand in the air, with the wiggling of the fingers towards his ear.
Got it.
That's all I'm saying.
I got it.
Drew Brees never did it.
I love it.
You show me one time Derek Carr has done that. You show me 2 times Jake Haener's ever done. No, Josh Allen's not doing the wiggling of the fingers, not looking at anybody. Give me a break. You're out of control.
Joel, been great. It's been great.
Are you hanging up on me?
Yeah, it's been great. Yeah, we got to let you go. We got some breaks to get.
Vegas, baby. Vegas.
Joel Davis right there. I apologize to everybody who tuned in for the last 5 minutes. It kind of got a little weird. We'll be back over here at the MGM Bets Sportsbook inside Mandalay Bay. It is the Mecca. It is the home. It is the center of the world for LSU fans. They're going to 3,000-person LSU alumni tailgate party tomorrow right here next to the Sportsbook at the House of Blues, and then it's literally a walkway to the game. So as tons of LSU fans are here. We'll have a number of special guests coming up hour number 2. Don't go anywhere. Sports Church presented by LeBears. We'll roll on right after this.
There's no better place for Tiger fans to come together for football
season
than Ruffino's. Enjoy a pregame meal with friends, or stop by after the game to toast the Tigers' victory at the bar. From mouth-watering steaks and seafood to the signature crab meat cheesecake, Ruffino's is an LSU fan favorite. This football season, make Ruffino's your destination. Visit ruffinosrestaurant.com for reservations. Ruffino's, where Louisiana comes to celebrate the Tigers.
Gordy Rush along with Sam Willard, Harper's Haberdashery. It is football season, Sam.
That's right, Gordy. It's going to be a great year, and it's going to be a great year for you to come by Harper's Haberdashery and pick up something different, something unique, something that doesn't look like everybody else in Tiger Stadium. You're looking for something different, something unique. Come see me, Sam Willard, at Harper's Haberdashery.
Harper's Haberdashery, Highland Road next to French Market Bistro, just south of I-10.
Harper's Haberdashery.
Quality Sod simply wants to supply you with the healthiest, weed and pest-free, easiest to install grass sod. Large or small quantities, we want to help you select the right grass for your project. Pick up or delivery 225-610-4842 or QualitySod.com.
Tailgate in style this fall with Benny's Unlimited Wash Club. For as low as $17.99 a month, you can wash your vehicle every day, all month long, with exclusive access to fuel discounts and more. Keep your ride game day ready. Become a Benny's member today. Benny's Car Wash, proud partner of LSU Athletics.
The Queen Baton Rouge is your football headquarters this fall. Catch all the games in over 50 screens at either 1770 Kitchen and Cocktails or the DraftKings Sports Bar. We got $3 drafts and many more drink and food specials. Visit thequeenbr.com for more details. Must be 21. Gambling problem? Call 1-877-770-STOP.
Sure, there are other places to watch football, but the real game changer? Yeah, that's Hooters. This season, Hooters is your headquarters for all the football action. Check out our game day bundle. 10 boneless wings and a Big Daddy Yingling draft for just $14.99. Plus, head to Hooters for happy hour and enjoy $3, $4, and $5 drink specials weekdays from 3 to 6 p.m. The best part? It's all served up by the world-famous Hooters girls. Hooters, winging it since 1983.
If you live in Louisiana, you know what the dozens of plants up and down the river mean for our state's economy. And since 1982, Action Industries has been committed to providing quality construction, maintenance, operational, and consulting services throughout the refinery and petrochemical industries. When it comes to safety and quality, Action Industries beats the industry standard. Call today or visit actionindinc.com. That's Action. INDINC.com.
Custom Colors of Baton Rouge is Baton Rouge's friendliest body and paint shop and is the area's only certified BMW shop. Billy Rapp and Pete McKnight have been serving Baton Rouge since 1987. Conveniently located in Industrialplex off Sigan and Airline. Custom Colors Body and Paint.
Welcome back, everyone. Hour number 2 about to get cranked up here. We just got a quick segment here. Appreciate all our guests that we had hour number 1. We are at the MGM Bet Sportsbook at Mandalay Bay, this giant sportsbook. Tiger fans started getting to Sin City on Wednesday. I mean, there's so much. I have not been to Vegas in about 4 years, I think. It might have been just before COVID, I think, that I came here. So it was about 5 years. And what they've done with the Formula One and sort of redoing a lot of the roads and whatnot, I mean, it's pretty incredible. And so a lot to see, a lot going on over here. It is a madhouse. I mean, I was talking to a taxi driver, and there are, the roads are just more packed than they were 10 years ago. I mean, just the strip is crazy and everything. There's just so many people. It's just been so much fun. I'm staying at the Aria over here at Mandalay Bay, which is closer to the stadium. The team is at a different hotel, and it's where we're at with Aria and Cosmopolitan, and not far from Mandalay Bay and everything. That's where you're seeing a lot of the core of the LSU fans, and they're just absolutely everywhere. There's a party going on everywhere. There's a concert. Bruno Mars is tonight. A lot of people going to the Bruno Mars show. The Killers are in concert. They've got a residency here. Boys to Men was last night that I went to with Robin Thicke. Just so much going on. There's a pool party. I think I've seen a number of guys shaving their back, getting ready for the big pool party today. So that's going to be a lot of fun. All right, we're going to take a break. Come put the hour number 1 to bed. We'll come back hour number 2. Todd Walker, LSU legend, college baseball Hall of Famer. He is here in Vegas. He's going to join us on the set here at MGM Bet Sportsbook in Las Vegas. Don't go anywhere. Sports Shorts presented by LeBears. We'll continue right after this.
Custom Colors of Baton Rouge is Baton Rouge's friendliest body and paint shop and is the area's only certified BMW shop. Billy Rapp and Pete McKnight have been serving Baton Rouge since 1987. Conveniently located in Industrialplex off Siegen and Airlines. Custom Colors Body and Paint.
Is your closet organized? Let's face it, most closets are cluttered and a hassle to organize, but that's just because they aren't designed around your specific needs. One Bath & Closets works closely with you to design your space where it makes sense for you and clears the clutter away. From shoe racks, baskets, seasonal storage, mirrors, drawers, cubbies, and doors, One Bath & Closets can make your dream closet a reality. Go with an industry leader in bathroom and now closet remodeling. Visit onebathandclosets.com to sign up for a free in-home consultation. That's onebathandclosets.com.
There's an issue cutting through the bipartisan bickering in Congress. It's AM radio. The overwhelming majority of legislators, Democrats and Republicans, support a bill to keep AM radio in cars. But time is running out. Text AM to 52886 and ask Congress to bring this bill to the floor for a vote now. AM radio is too important to let this moment pass us by.
Message and data rates may apply. You may receive up to 4 messages a month, and you may text STOP to stop.
This message furnished by the National Association of Broadcasters.
Visit LeBears Baton Rouge Casino this summer for exciting live sports action. We got the biggest screens around, and ESPN Bet is live in Louisiana. Plus, Pin Play Rewards members can win up to $500 in pin cash every single week. Visit pinplaysports.com/cover5 today and register for your chance to play and win. Not a member? Get the Pin Play app today. LeBears Baton Rouge Casino is your live sports headquarters. Bring your crew for all the action. Must be 21 or older. Gambling problem? Call 877-770-STOP.
With the incredibly spacious 3-row Chevy Traverse, you can change
Let's just meet at the concert.
into
Why don't I pick all you guys up on the way?
the advanced safety engineered Chevy Blazer EV lets you turn you think we should turn back into full steam ahead. And with the affordable Equinox EV,
Keep an eye out for the next charger, kids.
becomes
Get comfortable, kids. We'll be home in 4 hours.
for summer adventures, Chevy's got you. See your Super Chevy dealers today.
Visit LeBears Baton Rouge Casino this summer for exciting live sports action. We got the biggest screens around, and ESPN Bet is live in Louisiana. Plus, Pin Play Rewards members can win up to $500 in pin cash every single week. Visit pinplaysports.com/cover5 today and register for your chance to play and win. Not a member? Get the Pin Play app today. LeBears Baton Rouge Casino is your live sports headquarters. Bring your crew for all the action. Must be 21 or older. Gambling problem? Call 877-770-STOP.
Now back to Sports Shorts Radio.
Welcome back, everyone. Hour number 2, Sports Shorts Radio, live from Las Vegas, presented by LeBears Casino and the Louisiana Sports Hall of Fame. We're over here in hour number 2 inside the Bet MGM Sportsbook at Mandalay Bay, the home of really all the LSU fans this year. I mean, it's just packed with LSU folks. It's literally tomorrow from 12 to 3, the LSU Alumni Association has a giant tailgate party at House of Blues. There'll be over 2,500 people in that tailgate party at House of Blues. It's absolutely packed, been sold out for weeks. And then you just literally walk across the bridge to the stadium, so it's going to be a lot of fun. We've had a lot of special guests, thanks to Justin Vincent and Joe Carvalito, Joel Davis, who joined us hour number 1. Right now in studio with us here in Vegas is Todd Walker, former LSU Tiger great, and, of course, you can check out Todd on the SEC Network during baseball season. Tito, man, good to see you.
Great to see you, Ronnie, man. It's been fun. We've been here almost a week.
Wow.
I don't know if I told you they had the PPA, the pickleball tournament over at Fontainebleau, which is on the other side of the strip.
I'm going there today for a pool party.
I heard that they had one. We probably try to make that too. But it's at the Fontainebleau. It's on the 6th floor, and it's so random. Like nobody in that hotel would know a major tournament's going on the 6th floor of this convention
it's indoor.
It's indoors. Okay. They've got a center stage. They've got all this stuff set up. It's incredible.
How
really
many
awesome.
Pickleballers? How many hundreds of them are there?
So when you go to sign up for one of these tournaments, they will tell you how many have showed up. It's 1,200.
Wow.
So most of which are paying to play, right? And then you got pros. We got Judith Castilla here that's one of the top 10 in the world. Played tennis at Northwestern State.
Yeah.
So the pros are a few. Like out of the 1,200, 200 are pro. And the rest of us pay to play, and I played, and now I can't hardly walk.
All right, Judith's top 10. What's the current ranking? Where is she right now? Like where's the current ranking? What are you ranked right now in pickleball? 9th. 9 out of 10. What's the highest you've ever been ranked? She was 6. All right, so we've got a little work to do. Okay? 6 down to 9. We're gonna get back
exactly
up.
Right.
The pride of Northwestern State. That's awesome. Well, congratulations. By the way, the pickleball thing. Did you see Drew Brees opened up a facility in Metairie?
He opened a facility, but he does the charity event that you and I saw each other at last year. I think he did it again. It was like this week or something.
He did it in New Orleans I think it was last week or something.
Yeah, so it was fun. We saw Andre Agassi at this tournament here at the Fontainebleau yesterday.
Yeah, this is his city. This is Agassi's
city. Jack Sock's playing in it, so it's starting to be a big deal.
Yeah. So did you play in it? Is it over with?
I did play in it, yeah. So Wednesday, a friend of mine and I, we got a few people here. A friend of mine and I played doubles. We came in second, so that was cool.
Oh, that's awesome.
And they give you the medals, which don't amount to much, but it says Vegas on it. Yeah. It's kind of cool, yeah. And then I played singles yesterday. And
you finished second in the doubles. What division? What is that called?
It's the long story short, they have ratings, right? So all 2-5, 3-0, 3-5, all the way to 5-0. So our division was 4-0, 4-5, 5-0 because they combine you because there's just not enough teams over 50. I'm 51, so I qualify for the AARP.
God, I can't believe we're in the over 50 division.
Yeah, I know. Isn't that crazy?
I don't feel over 50.
I don't feel it at all, man. Oh, I do feel it now. I haven't run on those indoor courts yesterday all day long, but hips bother me, back's bother me.
Is the Fontainebleau awesome?
It's that place. I mean, it's new. I mean,
I haven't been to it yet. I'm looking forward to go seeing it.
It's off the charts. I mean, my buddy had looked up. What do they have? 1 million square feet there. 40 floors, whatever. It's impressive. It really is.
All right. Looking forward to going over there. Brandon Holly, owner of Relief Windows, he's having like a little bungalow thing. There's a famous DJ that's spinning by the pool today or whatever, so I'm going to go stop by and say hey to him. Todd Walker joining us, College Baseball Hall of Famer. T-Dub, so have you been to any opening games for LSU football on the road before? Is this a new experience?
Didn't they play in Lambeau? That was an opener, wasn't it? I didn't do that one.
Right.
In fact, I wanted to. We had a tennis tournament, so I stayed back. And at halftime, what do we have, like 10 total yards?
Yeah, it was terrible.
Yeah, so I was happy that I didn't go to that one. I went to the one in Houston. We opened with Oregon, right?
That was Dallas.
Dallas, we opened with Oregon. I went to that one. It's been few and far between.
Yeah. You didn't do Seattle. You didn't do L.A. when they played UCLA.
Did not. I would have liked
to have done that one, too. Which was the sissy blue shirt game. That was when Coach O said, nice sissy blue shirt, and then LSU got lost.
I would have loved to have done that one. But, no, I did see us beat up on Oregon. And this one's interesting. I mean, the line keeps moving, 4.5, 4, 4.5, 4.
And it was at 6.5 a couple weeks ago.
Oh, it was. So it kind of opened at 6,
LSU was a 6, almost a touchdown favorite.
So they're kind of pushing you to go with USC. But these are so hard to predict, man. I mean, I guess teams are going to be able to move the ball on us. You probably know the football team better than I do with LSU.
Well, Justin Vincent was on with us in the first hour, and he's optimistic, and Justin's not really a BS guy. He's not going to, like, tell you the team's great when it's not. And JV was saying that he thought, obviously the defense was terrible last year. He said not only are they, like, better, but they're a lot better.
Okay.
And
which isn't saying much, like you said.
Yeah, we'll see what that equates to, but – on paper, this LSU team with this veteran offensive line and a veteran quarterback and some veteran weapons, they should be good on offense. Obviously, they're not going to be Jaden Daniels good, but they're going to be good on offense. This should be, in my opinion, a top 6 offense in the league, and they got a top 4 or 5 quarterback in the league in the SEC. So you put them top 6, you throw in a defense who's not bottom 6. If you can not be the worst 6, then that's a good combination.
Well, and we know that Nussmeier can spin it, right? So take the over, right? Is that what you're telling me?
Well, but you say that, but then we talked about this last week. Florida State, Georgia Tech, 14 possessions, fewest possessions in a game in 4 years. They got some new rules where the clock runs more and all that. So in LSU, I think, is going to want to be more balanced. They're going to run the football. They're going to play with a tight end or 2 more. I think you got a quarterback who's going to take the check down more than Jaden, who threw it deep or ran. And
I think you're right early. Let's say you get up 21-0. I think you got to let him get comfortable. So at that point, you start letting it loose, and then you start throwing it all over the field. But I think you're right.
Yeah.
Maybe as long as the score dictates that they need to be conservative, I think early on they will, because clearly you're not going to go out and just launch and everything and let him throw a couple picks and not feel, confident anymore.
We're talking with Todd Walker, former LSU Tiger. Of course, you can watch Todd on the SC Network during baseball season. I want to talk a little in general an NIL thing, which kind of can go baseball or football and all sports now. NIL, what we're hearing is reports coming out that, for example, LSU baseball, they have roughly a $2 million budget for NIL. We're hearing that Texas A&M have a $3+ million budget for A&M. That's for baseball. Then when you throw in football, who knows what the Texas A&M budgets are? You don't even hear those numbers, but we hear 18 to 20 million this year for Ole Miss football. We hear 14 to 16 million for LSU football. As a guy who does this, covers this, how is it sustainable that year in and year out people are going to write that check?
The first thing you said, the 2 million number is double the last time I heard of a budget for LSU, for example. So what that tells you for baseball, I'm talking specifically baseball because football is off the charts.
Right.
Baseball, so what that tells you is 10 years down the road, it'll be crazy number for college baseball kids, which I love, of course. You're an athlete and you're in school. I always was very appreciative that I had a 50% scholarship to play at LSU under Skip Bertman. And I love that. I didn't have to be paid, but clearly you would have liked that, But even $500,000 for a kid in college, you're rich. You can do anything you want. I mean, it's amazing. And so where we're going with that is total opposite of what the NCAA talked about 5 years ago, where they wanted parity in the country. They wanted teams to compete. Now this year in Omaha, we saw 4 ACC teams and 4 SEC teams out of 30-plus conferences in the country that play college baseball.
Right.
We were represented by 2. So all of a sudden, to your point, we're leading down a path that doesn't let many teams compete. And not only that, I can't even imagine being a college coach in the Pac-12, for example, that lands this big recruit and finally gets him out of the draft and gets him there, and he has a big year because I let him play, and then he leaves. And then he goes to the SEC, which is happening.
Right.
That's not a good place to be.
Pac-12, which of course is not even existent anymore, but even the best players in California that used to go to the Pac-12 or maybe would stop in the Big 12 along the way, they're just jumping right to the SEC. I mean, it's the haves and the have-nots. Biggest impact, let's talk a little baseball because Jay Johnson had his press conference the other day, just kind of put out his roster for the fall and addressed the media a little bit. As good as LSU is in an NIL transfer portal, which they had the #1 class as far as NIL, as far as newcomers go, LSU had the #1 recruiting class. Now, a lot of that was out of necessity. They lost a lot of players. They had to replace a lot of players, but they had like 7 or 8 top 100 players in the portal and all that kind of stuff. But he talked about the ones he didn't get. Jay mentioned in the press conference, he told me privately, but he said this at the press conference, I had 6 players that just wouldn't return my calls. That's LSU baseball. Can you imagine that? Skip Bertman or Paul Maneri even back in the day calling a recruit. 6 players that were in the portal Jay Johnson reached out to call. They did not call him back because they went to other places that offered so much more money that LSU couldn't even compete.
Isn't that amazing? So that's the day and age we live in. We live in free agency in college, which is something you and I probably never thought we'd see when we played in the early 90s, you know.
No.
And, again, good for the kids. But
I just don't know if it's sustainable. That's my thing.
Well, what's going to happen is just what I just said, and it already is that conferences are going to dominate, and 2 conferences in particular.
Right.
And then all of a sudden now you've got this influx. Now with the SEC, now they're on television all the time. We've got shows. I fly to Charlotte every week just to talk about college baseball, which is awesome because we didn't have that. You know, I remember we were barely on TV some games, and that's why you wanted to make it to Omaha because all of a sudden with the colors and everything, now you're on TV. And that's actually what I watched growing up. So as a senior in high school, when I drove up right behind center field when you guys were playing Florida and Lyle Mouton hit the ball in dead center, I look up and here comes the baseball, and it hit the chain link fence behind the big fence. And that's how I first got my first lick at Omaha. And then I got in that stadium, and I, as a kid who had just signed, I was in awe, you know. I mean, it was just so impressive. And so that's what I remember about playing college baseball and love it. I don't know if that excitement's there anymore for a lot of kids because now it's all about the money.
100%.
It's all about where you go. And you got to balance that with will I play, will I start, you know. And then back to LSU's team, I mean, they Ashton Larson, the monster, you know, Milam, they happened onto some pretty talented kids that, you know, Jay would be honest, he saw them and other scouts saw them and knew that they had talent, but you never know how that's going to translate, and it translated well for both of those kids. So the future looks good for 2 of them. And then everybody, like you just mentioned, the recruiting class. But we thought Cam Johnson was going to be special. So that translation from high school where you're the best player on your team into the SEC is hardly predictable, you know. So you never really know. But Jay's going to get the best of the best. And, of course, he's a grinder, and he'll grind this thing out, and he'll give you what he's got.
He's Todd Walker. We're going to take a break. Come back. I want to finish a thought with Todd, and then we're also during the next segment going to have 3 headsets here. We're going to Hunter McCann in the house, WBRZ Channel 2. Hunter McCann is here with us. He'll join us. Todd Walker, the great Todd Walker, College Baseball Hall of Famer and Louisiana Sports Hall of Famer in the house. Hunter McCann with us as well. We're over here at BetMGM at the Sportsbook. We'll take a timeout. Be back with more Sports Shorts presented by LeBears from Sin City right after this.
Custom Colors of Baton Rouge is Baton Rouge's friendliest body and paint shop and is the area's only certified BMW shop. Billy Rapp and Pete McKnight have been serving Baton Rouge since 1987. Conveniently located in Industrial Plex off Siegen and Airline. Custom Colors Body and Paint.
Is your closet organized? Let's face it, most closets are cluttered and a hassle to organize, but that's just because they aren't designed around your specific needs. One Bath & Closets works closely with you to design your space where it makes sense for you and clears the clutter away. From shoe racks, baskets, seasonal storage, mirrors, drawers, cubbies, and doors, One Bath & Closets can make your dream closet a reality. Go with an industry leader in bathroom and now closet remodeling. Visit onebathandclosets.com to sign up for a free in-home consultation. That's onebathandclosets.com.
There's an issue cutting through the bipartisan bickering in Congress. It's AM radio. The overwhelming majority of legislators, Democrats and Republicans, support a bill to keep AM radio in cars. But time is running out. Text AM to 52886 and ask Congress to bring this bill to the floor for a vote now. AM radio is too important to let this moment pass us by.
Message and data rates may apply. You may receive up to 4 messages a month, and you may text STOP to stop.
This message furnished by the National Association of Broadcasters.
Sure, there are other places to watch football, but the real game changer? Yeah, that's Hooters. This season, Hooters is your headquarters for all the football action. Check out our game day bundle. 10 boneless wings and a Big Daddy Yingling draft for just $14.99. Plus, head to Hooters for happy hour and enjoy $3, $4, and $5 drink specials weekdays from 3 to 6 p.m. The best part? It's all served up by the world-famous Hooters girls. Hooters, winging it since 1983.
Great. Your windshield cracked. Now what? Call Advanced Windshield. You have things to do. That's why they come to you. Advanced Windshield is the leading mobile, auto glass, and camera calibration provider in our area. Call 225-248-6788 or visit advancedwindshield.com.
ALS is a progressive and neurodegenerative disease, and we need your help to find a cure. The mission of the ALS Association, Louisiana-Mississippi chapter, is to discover treatments and a cure for ALS, and to serve, advocate for, and empower people affected by ALS to live their lives to the fullest. Whether you are newly diagnosed, a military veteran, a caregiver, or someone looking to learn more about how to navigate living with ALS, they can help. Visit als.org to learn more. That's als.org.
Follow us on Twitter and Facebook at 1045 ESPN and on Instagram at ESPN 1045. For a look behind the scenes, highlights from our shows, a chance to participate in exclusive contests, and more with 1045 ESPN Baton Rouge.
Click through the static and listen to 1045 ESPN Baton Rouge in high definition. Simply tune to 98.1 and select HD2. 1045 ESPN Baton Rouge. Welcome back to Sports Shorts Radio.
Welcome back, everyone, over here at BetMGM Sportsbook inside Mandalay Bay. This is Sports Shorts live on remote in Sin City. Special thanks to all our guests that we had. Hour number one, Joel Davis. We also had Justin Vincent, Joel Carvalito, everybody in hour number two. We got the great Todd Walker here with us, and now Hunter McCann from WBRZ Channel 2 stopped by. You and Michael Cobble working hour number one over here doing y'all's show for Channel 2. And Hunter, when did you get in town? How's it been?
We came in Wednesday afternoon. So we've been here a good amount of time.
Covering the Tigers, a lot of reports.
A lot of reports the past week or so, and now there's a lot more purple and gold here. When we got here, it was stagnant, and now it's just, this is going to be a home game in Allegiant Stadium on Sunday is what it's going to feel like.
Well, I'm sure USC is going to show up, Todd. I don't know if you've seen any Trojan fans, but I've seen like two. I've literally seen two guys in USC jerseys. I mean, and I get it. They're close by. It's kind of like when LSU opens up at home against a team, Florida State, for example. Florida State took over the French Quarter. LSU fans just kind of drive in, on game day. I'm assuming it's going to be like that for USC. They'll just kind of drive in. But I can tell you, walking around in the casinos, the restaurants, everywhere, it's Tiger Nation.
I think the difference is it's Labor Day weekend, and it's Las Vegas. So, why are USC fans not making an effort to be here earlier to enjoy Las Vegas and the festivities before? I do think it's going to be more purple and gold for sure, though, on Sunday than USC red.
You know what's interesting is that Lincoln Riley, the head coach for USC, I mean, it was this close. I mean, it was 10. I don't want to say 11th hour, but it was 10th hour that he was going to be the LSU coach before they got Kelly. And then USC came in and he ended up going there. But a lot of people had him in. I know LSU was talking to him a lot, his agent. A lot of people had him in as the LSU coach, so a little storyline there.
Well, and does it surprise you that LSU's coming out and, when we do Omaha every year for the College World Series, it is always flooded with LSU fans, and in a lot of cases, even if they're not there. I mean, So it doesn't surprise me a bit, but what better atmosphere than in Las Vegas? The stadium's right across the street right there, right next to the Strip. I've been running up and down. We got here Tuesday, so we've been running up and down the Strip all week and just having a screaming blast.
Where are you staying?
I actually have a house about 10 minutes away that we did the VRBO. We thought that was the right idea to kind of get off the Strip when we needed to with, laundry and other kind of stuff.
But then you find yourself back in the Strip the whole time.
I'm here till 1 or 2 in the morning, and then I'm up and back at it. So, probably made more sense to be here.
Talking with Todd Walker, Hunter McCann. We're over here at the BetMGM Sportsbook. Todd, we were talking before we went to break a little bit about college baseball. Since you last, did your job at the College World Series, the world turned on its head in the SEC, and that A&M's coach becomes Schlossnagle leaves A&M, goes to Texas. A&M's kind of can't find a coach, ends up promoting an assistant to try to save their players, because everybody was in the portal, which that helped. They got a number of players to stay at A&M. Talk about that and what it means for college baseball, those two programs, and what's happened in the last 2 months.
We talked about this before the break about where we're headed, and I don't like the idea to be able to move around and transfer around and, just pop. I like the old days when, when you were committed to a school, that's where you went. And I was the third string second baseman when I walked into LSU, but I didn't complain about that. I beat out your boy Mike Neal and Keon Cook, who moved, and I got a chance to play. But in this day and age, it seems like if you don't get a start right away, and you were a big-time high school kid, remember, you were the best team, probably the best player in your state, don't get a chance early, they take off and they move around. But back to Texas, they had to make a massive splash, right, because they got into the SEC. So I knew without knowing that they were going to do something like that. David Pierce would be gone, and they would find somebody to make that big announcement coming in to the SEC. So Texas is already significant, but that made them more significant. I'm a big fan. I'm not a fan of the way Schlossnagle handled it, but I'm a huge fan of him. He's a winner, man. I mean, he had been to Omaha for the last 6 or 7 years, including when he was at TCU. He just wins and gets there, and I think you can expect that from Texas.
Schlossnagle's first head coaching job was right here at UNLV.
There you go.
He was a head coach at UNLV, then he went to TCU, and then he, of course, ended up at Texas A&M and now Texas. The Aggies, I was interesting because A&M's coaching staff, every single one of them leaves, goes to Texas. Aggies are sitting there, and they go try to get everybody. But in college baseball, it's not like college football. Guys are more comfortable, right? If I'm making millions of dollars guaranteed at a SEC school and my family's happy there, I don't necessarily want to uproot my family and go. They end up bringing a guy who doesn't have any head coaching experience. A guy who was just on the staff for 3 years is the hitting coach, but because he had the relationships with the players, some key players, they were willing to gamble, which shocked me that Texas A&M was willing to gamble with an unproven head coach only because they were so concerned about just having a roster that was depleted.
Yeah, but baseball's baseball, and we all know the sport. And in the end, the players have to get it done. And I think you hit on something we never talk about. We always talk about what to do on the field and who's going to do what and how much practice you have and who have you beaten during the course of the season. But you never talk about the recruiting process and who we actually got on the field to play for us. Now, Texas A&M was loaded with talent last year, whether you have Schlossnagle or not. He puts it all together. Nolan Kane, our buddy, those guys did such a phenomenal job with the Texas A&M Aggies. But in the end, it's who's the players that are on the field, and like you said, A&M was able to retain some. Texas is going to get more because of who they hired. LSU is always, as long as Jay Johnson's there, going to be able to get the best of the best of the best, and then it becomes whether they get hurt or whether you have a Cam Johnson situation where it just doesn't work out. Aside from those two things, they're going to compete every single year. And I think people were shocked, of course, last year that they didn't make it, but they were 1 or 2 runs away. So LSU's always going to be significant. And for us, that's an awesome thing.
Lastly, before I let you go, Todd, you mentioned Cam Johnson. I hadn't thought of that name in a month and a half. I mean, how amazing. The guy was the #1 highest-ranked recruited player in the history of LSU baseball. And he ends up not working out and having to go to Oklahoma, and he's like for forgotten soldier.
It's crazy story, and who knows? Only the insiders know, how they handled him. But the story that's crazy, he was the #2 recruit in the country. The #1 guy was drafted, and he was the second. Was that in the fall he faced ULL, struck out 7 in a row, whatever it was. Looked incredibly dominant. The guy we knew we had recruited, and then what? Did he go home for Christmas and? I don't get it.
Yeah, I know there was some, between the ears issues with him, clearly, because the stuff is there. It's 95 plus. It's electric slider, but just, and he's going to figure it out. That's the sucky part for LSU fans. Yeah. The part that's going to make you sick to your stomach is we're going to watch him either this year, next year, year after, and it's going to happen. 100%. He's going to put it together, and he's going to be amazing. But they got another guy, Schmidt, coming in from Catholic High.
Yeah, he's legit.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I mean, it's there. The motion, the consistency, the breaking ball for strikes. Like there's nothing to. Yeah, you're gonna polish them, but you don't. There's no mechanical coaching up to have to do.
Yeah, and the Pearl River kid's supposed to be really good coming over. I mean, every one of them are going to be good.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just a function of the translation, I mean, how do we do right when we step on the field? Because the truth of the matter is, it was unlike us in a little bit, is that you get thrown in the lineup on the starting, opening day, and you go 0-for-4, and then he gives you one more chance the second day, and you go 0-for-4, you may never see the field again because there's too much talent sitting on the bench. That wasn't quite the case when we were there, and so I think there's a sense of urgency for these kids, and that might have played in with Cam Johnson. He doesn't get in the role he's comfortable in. Now they're putting him in spots, and he just doesn't. He can't. And it's tough.
It's mental anguish.
It's mental anguish, and then Cam just couldn't figure it out, and that can happen for a lot of these kids that are just incredibly talented.
Do you bet? Will you put a little wager on this LSU game tomorrow?
We were talking about the 4 line, and I like the information you gave me. They dropped
the under.
We hit the second half last night with TCU. You know, all that line was showing you that TCU is going to come back and beat Stanford. You know, and so we got a free meal last night.
Nice.
So as far as betting LSU, I don't know. I got to work it. So if I win my bet and LSU loses, I'm happy. And if LSU wins and I lose my bet,
fine amount
I'm happy.
Of money. Yeah.
So I got to figure that one out. But we're in Vegas, man. So I mean,
that's why I take the over under. That way you don't have to worry about win lose. I just take the over.
So which one?
I like the under because of the fewer possessions. Hunter's going to disagree with me, and he's the bet guy. He's going to give us all the lines here in a minute. But
I'm going to stick around for that.
But I'm just saying, like, I'm going with that whole clock moving, LSU running the football, LSU checking down to the tight ends, fewer possessions because of the new rules.
I'll just put it this way. I think both these defenses are much better than they were last year, but it's going to take a half to get it oriented. Like, I think the first half is going to be a shootout, which is going to throw the game over. I think like my final score prediction is 37-31 Tigers. Like, it'll shoot itself barely over.
Over under 63.5?
64.5 is what I saw this morning at least.
Okay. All right, Todd, thanks, man.
Yeah, man.
Great seeing you.
Absolutely. Thanks, Todd.
Great Todd Walker in the house with us. We appreciate T-Dub. We'll take a timeout. We'll come back. Hunter McCann, WBRZ Channel 2, will be with us the rest of the way. Don't go anywhere. We're live at BetMGM inside Mandalay Bay Casino. You're listening to Sports Shorts presented by LeBears.
Sure, there are other places to watch football, but the real game changer? Yeah, that's Hooters. This season, Hooters is your headquarters for all the football action. Check out our game day bundle. 10 boneless wings and a Big Daddy Yingling draft for just $14.99. Plus, head to Hooters for happy hour and enjoy $3, $4, and $5 drink specials weekdays from 3 to 6 p.m. The best part? It's all served up by the world-famous Hooters girls. Hooters, winging it since 1983.
Great. Your windshield cracked. Now what? Call Advanced Windshield. You have things to do. That's why they come to you. Advanced Windshield is the leading mobile, auto glass, and camera calibration provider in our area. Call 225-248-6788 or visit advancedwindshield.com.
Our Labor Day savings start now at Lowe's. Right now, buy one, get one free on Valspar Reserve or HGTV Home by Sherwin-Williams Infinity or Showcase Interior Paint via Lowe's gift card rebate. Whether you're painting one accent wall or want to freshen up a whole room, we've got you covered. Because Lowe's knows savings. Lowe's knows home improvement. More terms and restrictions apply. See Lowe's.com/rebates for details. Valid through 9/4.
eBay Motors is here for the ride. Go ahead, feel your engine. Admire that perfectly installed exhaust. Your vehicle's moving along this freeway like it was made from fresh installs and a whole lot of love. With eBay Motors, you get over 122 million parts to keep it running. And with eBay Guaranteed Fit, they'll be the perfect fit every time. Plus, at these prices, well, we're burning rubber, not cash. Keep your ride or die alive at ebaymotors.com. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
Rev Business is connecting companies from the bayou to the river to the lake with the technology, expertise, and uniquely homegrown support that only Rev Business can deliver. From internet and hosted phone to managed Wi-Fi and Metro E. Our best-in-class services are tailored to your needs, backed by in-house support and a local team devoted to keeping your business up and running. Visit us at letsrev.biz. Rev Business.
Please consider making a donation locally through St. Vincent de Paul that truly helps people in need. If you have a boat, car, motorcycle, RV, clothing, housewares, or furniture you no longer use, please consider donating it to St. Vincent de Paul. This donation could get you a tax deduction. Visit svdpbr.org.
I'm attorney Gordon McKernan. I want to let you know that we have a local office in Baton Rouge that is able to handle your case with care and attention. After being in an accident, the last thing you want to do is travel. Our local hometown attorneys are here to ensure you receive the highest quality legal service and help get you the compensation you deserve. Reach out to our team of local attorneys to handle your case. Call us at 225-888-8888.
Results may vary according to the price of each case. Baton Rouge, LA 22-13-644.
Coors Light presents To Chill or Not to Chill. When your friend skips your favorite song on the playlist. End of friendship. Or choose chill, because that song lives rent-free in your head anyway. And you planned ahead by bringing Coors Light to the party. And the sound of that ice-cold can cracking open was music to your ears already. Coors Light. Choose chill. Celebrate responsibly. 2024 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado.
Head to 104.5 ESPN's YouTube channel for Whiskey and Wine with Moscona and T-Bob. Coming at you live and rowdy from Mandalay Bay in Las Vegas. All starting immediately after the game.
Is there any news, like anything happening?
That's what I'm looking for right now, to see if anything other than the games have just started.
This is Sports Shorts Radio.
We are back over here at BetMGM inside Mandalay Bay. Ronnie Rantz alongside Hunter McCann. Hunter McCann joining us from WBRZ. Okay, Hunter, you are the gambler, and this has got to have your heart beating fast here inside the sports book. By the way, just a little update. There are probably 120 LSU fans here in the sports book watching games, betting on games, but I did see 2 USC fans. So we do have 2 Trojan fans.
They do exist.
Either that or they're just wearing South Carolina colors. I can't figure that out. But anyway, Hunter, tell us about, from a betting standpoint, a gambling standpoint, before we get to the LSU game, because you've already kind of given a prediction on that, what do we like today? What's some stuff you're watching here at the sports book?
It's been like paradise, right, being able to lay everything out. One best bet's already started that I gave out this morning on WBRZ.com. I have Georgia covering 13.5 against Clemson. That line actually fell right before kickoff after they announced that Travis Etienne's brother, was suspended for 1 game for this game because of his DUI that he got over the summer. So he's not in the backfield for Georgia.
What did that make the line?
It fell to 11.5.
Okay.
Still, I still think Georgia's going to win this game by 17 points. It's still scoreless right now near the end of the first quarter. Both these teams are still figuring it out, but Cade Klubnik, the quarterback for Clemson, terrible on the road last year. 7 road games. He threw 8 picks to 5 touchdowns. He's known to make the mistakes. It eventually will happen. I think Georgia's going to cover this one. Now, the games that haven't started yet, I have Florida to upset Miami in the Swamp this afternoon. I think that
I hope they win, just because I like Billy.
I do too.
You know what I mean? He's a nice guy. I knew him when he was with the Cajuns, and I mean they have the toughest schedule in America.
Yep.
They're not going to compete in the SEC, to win anything. So at least represent the league and beat Miami. That's what I'm pulling for.
Well, the past few years, both these teams have underachieved, and Miami went and got some great talent out of the transfer portal. They got Cam Ward coming in at quarterback, but he's also a guy that if you put any type of pressure on him, he makes a mistake. At Florida last year, one of their biggest strengths was being able to pressure the quarterback. Now, it didn't do too big of a difference in terms of wins and losses, but I think in this game in particular, in the Swamp, if they can pressure him, give Graham Mertz some time to work. I mean, the guy last year had 3 picks to 22 touchdowns on the season. He's very accurate. I think that if he plays like he did last year in this game in the Swamp, Florida's going to win. That's like plus 125 right now. You could get that at plus money if Florida winning in the Swamp. I got Houston minus 1.5 against UNLV today. Willie Fritz, first game as the Cougars head coach, former Tulane head coach. He's coming into this program with a experienced quarterback in Donovan Smith under center for the Cougars. He's got a very high ceiling, has to work on being able to not turn the ball over so much, but if he works on that a little bit, UNLV doesn't even have a quarterback right now. They have not even announced who they're starting, and it's one of those scenarios where they might have a rotating quarterback saying, and it's the old saying, if you have more than one quarterback, you have no quarterback.
Right.
So I think Houston will cover 1.5 this afternoon. And then we'll talk about the Tigers in a little while. But that is also, I have a pick on the Tigers as well. I think that one tomorrow, tomorrow in Allegiant Stadium is going to be unbelievable.
Okay, so tell me this, look, there's nothing that's 100%. There's nothing that's a lock. I mean, in gambling, if you can pick 60% winners or more, you're killing the game, okay? So when I say this, it's not like, it's a lock. But do you put any credibility or thought into what I've been saying all week about the possessions being fewer in college football this year due to the rule changes?
Well, so you have to also remember that the addition of the 2-minute warning, so that does add at least probably
2-minute warning at the end of the first half and at the end of the game.
Correct. So you have to think that adds a little bit to it. Not much, not enough to really sway the point difference. But we thought the same thing last year when it came to the new rules that the clock keeps running after first down unless you're under 2 minutes in the first or second half. We thought that would change the over-unders and make more games go under, and it did. Last year, more games went over, and especially early on in the season where everybody was assuming less possessions, less points. but it didn't really work that way. Now it could this season, and it can finally rear its ugly head, right?
And the out of bounds, keeping the clock moving, things like that.
Continues to move.
There were fewer possessions in that Georgia Tech Florida State game, the fewest of any game in the last 4 years.
Mm-hmm.
Now, was that just because of that game? I mean, that means you had long drives and both teams ran the ball well.
That's the reason.
But I think the LSU's going to be that team, though. That's what I'm saying. That's why I think their number could be different, is that they're going to be that team. I do expect them to be a lot more balanced than they were last year with the run pass. And they're going to have a quarterback that's not going to take off running as much and is going to look to dump to the backs and the tight ends.
So you're going to see a lot of running from this LSU team. They made that very clear, and that's what we've seen a lot in fall camp, is they're going to be a ground and pound team. So to your point, clock will continue to run. You get chunk yardage here and there, but it's going to mostly be like those 4 or 5 yard runs and stagger those off. The biggest difference maker for me is the fact they'll be able to establish the run is why they'll score more points, because they're going to be doing a lot of play action. Yeah, Nussmeier strives for play action pass, and with 2 very speedy wideouts in Lacey and C.J. Daniels, I'd be very surprised if we don't see, especially on Sunday, some real big, deep shots that connect for touchdowns. Because Nussmeier is an extremely accurate quarterback, not afraid to throw the deep ball, even in the contested deep ball. We've seen that with the limited action that we've seen from him. He will put the ball into almost impossible places on 50-50 balls, and usually 75% of the time, it feels like the Tigers come down with it the way that he places the ball. But his biggest issues in the past had been that he was fearless, so you would throw those balls and you would get 3 touchdowns to 1 interception, which you'd take most of the time. If you can keep that ratio of 3 touchdowns to 1 interception, every Tiger fan can be happy this year. But I think that'll be the difference maker in making this game go over and be a little higher scoring than most people think, is the play action pass, because they're going to have to be USC is going to have to be so reliant on stopping the run with that 1-2 punch of Josh Williams and Caleb Jackson.
Everybody's singing the praises of Caleb Jackson. He's not the secret anymore.
No.
I mean, everybody's expecting that this is going to be the breakout year for him.
It's
even with the running back by committee.
He's gained almost 20 pounds in the offseason, and last year he was laying out grown men. I mean, he's absolutely – and he's still got the exact same amount of speed as he did last year with that extra 20 pounds on him. And I think he's going to be used in primary situations, in the red zone, in those 3rd down and 3 situations where most teams might have to throw the ball. You can hand it off to the workhorse that is Caleb Jackson, and he will – grind out those 3, 4, 5 yards to get the first down. I think we'll see a lot of speed from Williams around the edges, but if they're going to run it, dive plays up the gut, I wouldn't be surprised to see Jackson in almost every situation like that.
Visiting with Hunter McCann of WBRZ Channel 2. He and Michael Cobble been here all week covering LSU. What have you seen? Have you been able to go to practice?
So
no, that's right.
You
have practice. They come today.
Yeah.
What have you covered? What's been the unique stories that you guys have done?
So we've done some pretty fun. So yesterday we went to that Circa event. So I went and covered that. Tigers had a fan event at Circa yesterday.
Pool party?
It was a pool party.
Did you see Hannegriff?
I did. I did. I did not see him in the pool. No, not in the pool. Saw
Jimmy
him.
Ott in the pool?
Not in the pool. They were enjoying themselves.
Just curious.
Saw a bunch of people over from ESPN over there. They were having a good time, and a lot of Tiger fans. So that was a lot of fun.
Was Moscona there?
Didn't see Matt. If he did show up, I did not see him.
T-Bob was in the pool.
Yes,
T-Bob was in the pool.
T-Bob was in the pool.
Let's go.
Yes.
You missed it if you didn't come.
Did he have the shaved back?
I wasn't admiring his back. I couldn't tell you whether or not.
No back. I was wondering if he had back hair, laser.
No comment.
If we went laser. I mean, because look, I went laser in the last year.
I remember you had told me that.
Yeah.
But we did that. We also went and got some great shots of Red Rock Canyon over here in Vegas, as well as the Hoover Dam. So we waited some treks over there to go get some good video. And I don't know. I'm sure, and I know you've been to Vegas before. I don't know if you plan to do it this trip. But we went over and saw, the famous Vegas sign that was installed, I believe, in the 70s. Which is like an iconic staple of Las Vegas. And, oh, my goodness, man. Lying down the block.
People lined up to take the photos. Yeah.
We went at 10 o'clock at night thinking, that's going to be the best time to take it at nighttime. Lying down the block, man. I mean, there's so many Tiger fans, man. Everybody was rolling up here earlier in the week. And now it's just a sea of purple and gold. So it's been a lot of work, but we've enjoyed ourselves. It's been great to get to talk with everybody who has high expectations in Brian Kelly's 3rd year.
the iconic images. Look, I was telling him earlier in hour number one, Hunter. I mean, it's been at least 4 years more before COVID since I was in Vegas, and just the things that just the growth in that amount of time, and a lot of it had to do with Formula One and how they've redid some roads and streets, and it's just incredible, absolutely incredible. I mean, it's such a it's a unique experience. It's changed a lot from 10 years ago, from 20 years ago to every decade. It changes tremendously. There is a great story. I came here. I was a freshman, LSU baseball. We played here in 1991. We stayed at the Las Vegas Hilton, which at the time Bill Cosby has a residency there. Nancy Wilson opened up for him, the singer. I went to the show with my family. Mike Neal, my college roommate, he was a captain of the 93 National Championship team. We all went to see Bill Cosby live at the Las Vegas Hilton. I literally sat in a table at the front row, had my elbow on the stage.
Wow.
High-fived Bill when he came by. Great show. But anyway, we played the UNLV that weekend. I think one of the games got rained out. We only played 2 games. But it was, we all wore suits. Coach Burtman wanted you to wear a suit if you were on a plane. So when we landed, we get to the hotel, we go to practice, we come back. We had like a midnight curfew. And I'm rooming with Paul Byrd, who's in the Louisiana Sports Hall of Fame now, and Mark LaRosa, who is a very good relief pitcher from Connecticut. And I'm on the cot. I'm the freshman. They're like juniors and seniors. So if you were the younger, whoever was the third guy, the youngest guy had the cot. So I'm on the cot. Well, about midnight, we're in there for curfew. Everything's fine. Well, by 12:30, knock at the door. I go to the door. I open it up. Rich Cordani's standing there in his full suit. He was our left fielder, all SEC outfielder year before, 1990. And he's like from, Massachusetts. And Rich is loud, big personality. And Rich is like, hey, Rugrats, let's go. Get your suits on. I got my dad's lucky suit on. We're going downstairs. We're winning some money. And we have meal money that they give you for like the 4 days, right? Like right at the beginning, they give you the meal money. And so next thing you know, we're like, no, man, we're sleeping. Like we're literally dark, lights out. He's like, no, he won't take no for an answer. So we end up going down. We end up going down to the casino, and we're gambling. I'm winning, and all of a sudden, one of them says, "Hey, there's smoke." The assistant coach, there's smoke. So I jump down under the blackjack table. And hide. Smoke walks across the casino in the back, and he says, hey, Rantz. He goes, hey, Bird, LaRosa, Cordani, don't worry about dressing out tomorrow for the game. Good night. And keeps going up. He leaves. But I'm hiding at the base of the blackjack table, and I'm like, did he see me? And they're like, I don't think he saw you. He didn't say your name. I'm like, oh, thank God. Because I got my parents flying in from Phoenix, Arizona to come watch me play. My brother, sister, all that. So my dumb 18-and-a-half-year-old, you-know-what, jumps up at the table. These guys aren't going to bed because they're already busted. We got a doubleheader the next day. They're not even going to play in it. And I continue to gamble with them. And about 15 minutes later, Smoke Laval circled behind, came up, put his hand on my shoulder, and said, hey, Rantz, you too. Don't worry about dressing out tomorrow. Good night. And I'm like, oh, my God.
Should have gone to bed.
My parents are going to kill me.
Yeah.
And sure enough, Paul Byrd and I are sitting there in the stands with our sweats on, keeping the radar gun, keeping the charts, and didn't play. I was supposed to pitch half a game. Paul was supposed to pitch half a game. We didn't even play. And, it was a killer.
Did you at least win blackjack?
We won, but, unbelievable. Even Coach Burtman, to this day, he's 86 years old. He fell, had a little fracture in his femur last week. He's doing better now. We wish him well. He's doing good. He told me numerous times in the last few years, I regret that one. He said, I should have, if I had to do it all over again, I would have, let you play. You had your parents coming and your family there. I should have just, suspended you for a game later on in the season or a midweek game or something, Shouldn't have done that one. And so he did regret that one. But anyway, made for a heck of a story. We're over here. We're going to take a timeout. Come back. Tommy Krysan going to join Hunter McCann and I live from BetMGM. Don't go anywhere.
Wake up. Breakfast. And Nature Made vitamins. Whatever your morning sounds like, Nature Made fits right in. Whether you're looking for vitamin C or a multivitamin to get key nutrients, we've got you covered. Now that's a good morning. We take care of you so you can take on your day. Start your day with Nature Made, the #1 pharmacist-recommended vitamin and supplement brand. Based on a survey of pharmacists who recommend branded vitamins and supplements.
Ulta Beauty's 21 Days of Beauty event is back. From now until September 19th, score over 200 daily beauty steals at 50% off in every category. And check Ulta.com daily to get them all before they're gone. Take 50% off bestsellers from brands like Estee Lauder and Supergoop. Plus, say hello to new finds from brands like Dyson and Sol de Janeiro. And Ilia is now at Ulta Beauty in select stores and online. Shop in-store at Ulta.com or try pickup today. Ulta Beauty. The possibilities are beautiful. Conditions apply while supplies last.
You ready to take your boat to the next level? Well, power up with Front to Back Boat Service. We here at Front to Back are so thankful that for so many years you have trusted us for all of your boat maintenance and repairs. But check it out. Any marine electronics, shallow water anchors, lithium batteries, cutting-edge forward-facing sonar, all of it. The experts at Front to Back Boat Service have you covered. From bow to stern, Front to Back makes sure you stay ready for your next adventure on the water. Visit Front to Back Boat Service today, and let's make your boat the best it can be.
Serving part-time in the Army National Guard has led to a lot of firsts for me. It paid for me to be the first person in my family to go to school. That education got me to the first day at my dream job, which I can still hold while I serve part-time. That job and the home loan benefits I got from the Army National Guard helped me buy my first house. I also know that I will be one of the first to respond if my community ever needs me.
Sponsored by the Louisiana Army National Guard. Aired by the Louisiana Association of Broadcasters and this station.
104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge is hitting the road for LSU football season opener against USC in Las Vegas. Rev delivers our coverage starting Friday, August 30th with Off the Bench and After Further Review. And continuing Sunday, September 1st with Eagle 98.1 Game Day. Our coverage is also presented by Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness. Watch us live on the 104.5 ESPN YouTube channel. Kick off the 2024 season live from Las Vegas with Rev and 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
We all want the best. The Mercedes-Benz of contractors. The Mercedes-Benz of plumbers. The Mercedes-Benz of pet groomers. No one wants to settle. That's why your business needs the Mercedes-Benz of vans. With a custom upfit that's built to suit your ambitions, advanced safety and connectivity, and with legendary Mercedes-Benz reliability, over the long haul, a Sprinter can really help your bottom line.
For a test drive, visit Mercedes-Benz of Baton Rouge at 10949 Airline Highway in Baton Rouge or at mbobr.com.
Now back to Sports Shorts Radio.
Welcome back, everyone, to Sin City. We're at BetMGM in the Sportsbook. Joining us right now is Tommy Krysan. Tommy Krysan, like Hunter McCann and myself, we all are a part of the riveroflifecapsules.com team. We've been taking it for months and months and months. If you're in pain, you got inflammation, anything going on, check out River of Life. It's an all-natural supplement. You can go to riveroflifecapsules.com. Go to that website. If you have questions, Patrick Scallon and his team can help you out. They'll answer any questions you have. You can order the product right online, or you can set up an appointment to go see him in Baton Rouge, right off Suma, near Essen by Our Lady of the Lake Hospital. Riveroflifecapsules.com. Hunter McCann gives it a thumbs up. He's been on it for months and months. Yeah. Your mom, who's out here at the Sportsbook, she's on it as well. Let's Tommy Krysan joining us right now. TK, real fast, give me your predictions, your take, your analysis of the game.
Well, I think LSU's going to run the football a bunch, but my score might be a little high, but I've been going with it all week everywhere. 41-31 LSU beats Southern Cal. I don't have enough TVs today.
41-31. Who's the breakout star for you?
I think Nussmeier is going to have a big day and look for the tight ends to be important.
TK right there. Thank you, TK. What you got, Hunter McCann, your score?
Yeah, and remember, Gage right now, home and business, you can get yourself secure with a Cummins standby generator from Gage. You can contact them at 225-753-4243. Get yourself a Cummins standby generator for this hurricane season. And they present this pick right here. I'm going to tell you, this is a winner. 37-31 Tigers.
Both of y'all like the over.
Yeah, I think that it's a 6-point game. I think Vegas had it right near that opening line, about 6.5 for the Tigers. I think they cover 4.5 tomorrow. I think they do it in fashion. I think the defense gets a late pick to secure the Tigers win in their journey of making the college football playoffs.
All right, so you got the Gage Cummins generator pick is the
LSU minus
over.
4.5 in the over.
You like LSU in the over. TK loves the over. I'm gonna be the other way. I like LSU 31-28. I think that's the under. That's also USC. And I hope I'm wrong. I hope they blow them out. But I'll just want to win. I just want the Tigers to have a win. I'm going to go with my under philosophy. Tommy, any other games that are on your radar today?
I'm going to check out Florida and Miami, Notre Dame, Texas A&M tonight. It's going to be fun.
Florida money line, buddy. Florida money line. They're going to win this one in the Swamp.
This might be one of the only big ones they win this year. Hunter's got Florida winning. Yeah, Notre Dame and Texas is going to be a fun one. Texas A&M. Still odd. I watched Oklahoma, and they're showing like SEC Network and ESPN, SEC. Ugh, it just feels weird. It's going to take like a year. I remember when Arkansas and South Carolina joined a million years ago, and A&M, and Missouri. It takes a year to get used to it all, and then now we know nothing else. All right, Hunter McCann, thank you, buddy.
Absolutely.
Good seeing you. Great job with WBRZ. Special thanks to Tommy Chrisan, Todd Walker, Joe Carvalito, Justin Vincent, Joel Davis, and the entire team. Special thanks to Bo Wegman for hooking us all up and everybody back in the studio. Go Tigers, and we'll talk to you next week for more Sports Shorts every Saturday presented by LeBears.
Want to know.